Your lawn doesn't need babying in August, it wants very specific things, and if it doesn't get them, it won't make it to autumn. If brown patches are showing up right now, the damage didn't start today. It started weeks ago, and most of it is happening somewhere you can't see. August is when your lawn loses more water than any other month. On a hot afternoon, grass can lose nearly half an inch of water in a single day. Over a week, that's up to 1.5 inches. That's bad enough on its own. Here's the part almost nobody knows. While your lawn is fighting the heat on the surface, beetles have already been laying eggs underground since June and July. Those eggs are hatching into grubs right now, and they feed on grass roots from beneath the soil for weeks before any damage becomes visible on top. By the time you see a dead patch, the grubs have usually been eating for a while already. August isn't just the hottest stretch of the year for your lawn, it's the month two separate threats hit the roots at the same time, and most people only ever notice one of them. Here are the 6 things your lawn actually wants to survive. August, stay till the end. One tip almost everyone gets wrong, and it's usually the one that decides whether your lawn limps into autumn or bounces back strong. Let's start with the one thing that decides everything else. The instinct in August is to mow less because the grass looks stressed. That instinct is backwards. Taller grass shades the soil underneath it. Shorter grass exposes bare soil directly to the sun, and that soil can run noticeably hotter than the air above it. Roots sitting in overheated soil dry out fast, and once a lawn is stressed, it stops competing with weeds trying to move into the weak spots. Each blade of grass also works like a small solar panel. It converts sunlight into the energy the plant uses to build roots and recover. Cut too much of it away, and you cut away the plant's ability to protect itself. Keep your mower on a high setting through August and mow regularly rather than skipping weeks, since letting growth pile up and then scalping it back down is worse than a steady rhythm. Check the blade before you start. A sharp blade slices cleanly, a dull one tears the tip, and torn tips brown fast, which tricks people into thinking their lawn is thirsty when it was actually just cut badly. One viewer who runs a cutting height around 4 inches through the hottest weeks, paired with a light iron feed, reported noticeably less browning than neighboring lawns cut short. That combination lines up with everything above: height for shade and root protection, iron for color without forcing fast, water-hungry growth. A lawn that looks pale in August is asking for help, but heavy feeding right now is often the fastest way to hurt it further. Nitrogen-heavy fertilizer pushes fast top growth, and fast growth demands more water and energy exactly when the plant has the least of both. A stressed lawn pushed hard with nitrogen can develop yellow patches and weakened growth that takes weeks to recover from. What works instead is a lighter approach, a summer formula with balanced nitrogen for steady growth, some phosphate for root strength, and either magnesium or iron for color. Gives the lawn what it needs without shocking it. Iron in particular is worth paying attention to. It greens grass up without forcing the rapid, thirsty growth that nitrogen alone does, which is exactly why that viewer's iron and height combination worked as well as it did. Only apply fertilizer when the soil already has moisture in it, spread it evenly, and avoid applying right before a dry, hot stretch. If your region is heading into real heat, wait. A well-timed feed now also does double duty, since it helps the lawn build the root reserves it will lean on once autumn recovery starts. Even during a hot, slow-growth stretch, weeds are not slowing down. Clover and dandelions in particular tend to wake up hard in August, especially the moment rainfall finally breaks a dry spell. Regular mowing at the right height from task 1 already does a lot of this work for you by denying weeds the light and space they need to establish. For smaller outbreaks, hand-pulling works. For anything spreading fast, a targeted treatment on the affected patches beats a blanket application across a lawn that's already under heat stress. The lawns that get overrun in August are almost always the ones already weakened by the wrong mowing height or the wrong feeding schedule. Weeds don't cause the problem, they move into it. A brown patch shows up and the instinct is to blame drought. Sometimes that's correct. Often it isn't, and treating the wrong cause wastes weeks you don't have before autumn. Kneel at the edge of a damaged patch and gently tug the grass. If it lifts away from the soil with almost no resistance like a loose carpet, that's a strong sign of root-feeding grubs underneath, not dry soil. This is exactly the invisible threat from the opening. The eggs were laid in early summer, the grubs are feeding now, and the visible damage is only just starting to catch up with weeks of underground feeding. If the grass holds firm when you tug it, push a screwdriver into the patch instead. If it stops hard just a couple of centimeters down or water pools instead of soaking in, compacted soil is blocking water from ever reaching the roots, no matter how well you're watering above it. Ruling grubs and compaction in or out before you act saves both money and the lawn itself. Watering a grub problem harder doesn't help, it just keeps the grubs comfortable while they keep feeding. If a patch isn't responding to feeding and isn't a pest or compaction issue, overseeding gives it a real path back. Clear away thatch or old clippings first, keep the ground moist, press seed gently into the soil, and cover lightly to protect it while it establishes. Keep foot traffic off the area until the new grass is holding on its own. Overseeding now while soil is still warm gives new grass a head start before the cooler. Wetter conditions of autumn take over and do the rest of the work for you. A quick daily sprinkle feels like it's helping. It wets the surface, the lawn perks up for an hour, and underneath, nothing changes. Water that never reaches deep soil trains roots to stay shallow, and shallow roots collapse the moment a genuinely hot stretch hits. Established lawns with a mature root system can often pull moisture from deeper soil and need far less supplemental water than people assume. Newer lawns are different. They need consistent, deeper watering to build that root system in the first place. Either way, water early in the morning before evaporation takes the largest share, and water deeply enough that it reaches several centimeters down, rather than sitting on the surface. The screwdriver test from Task 4 works here too. If it slides in easily after watering, the water reached the roots. If it stops hard, no matter how wet the surface looks, it didn't. The 4 warning signs. By the time a patch turns fully brown, you're already behind. Watch for these instead. Healthy grass is bright green. Stressed grass shifts toward a dull gray blue. Healthy grass springs back within seconds of a footstep. Stressed grass stays pressed flat. Stressed blades fold inward to reduce sun exposure. And cracked soil at the edges of paths and bare patches means moisture is leaving fast. Catch any of these early, and a proper deep watering session usually turns things around within days. Miss them and the lawn moves into dormancy instead. One more thing before autumn arrives. Leave your clippings on the lawn after mowing instead of bagging them. Short, evenly spread clippings shade the soil, hold in moisture, and break down to quietly feed the roots. Just keep them light. If they clump into thick piles, mow again in a day or two to break them up. What if the lawn is already brown? If parts of your lawn have already gone brown, do not panic and do not assume it is dead. Most established lawns are not dying, they are dormant. This is a natural survival response where the plant shuts down visible growth to protect its roots and waits out the heat. Give it a light watering around 15 to 20 minutes once a week, just enough to keep the roots alive. This is not meant to green the lawn back up, only to help it hold on until conditions improve. Do not try to force a dormant lawn back to life mid-heat wave. It will not respond and you will only waste water. Focus on keeping it alive now and repair it properly in autumn with overseeding, aeration, and proper feeding once the grass is actively growing again. The real lesson: raise your mowing height. Water deep, not daily, and do it early in the morning. Feed light and feed smart with iron or potassium rather than heavy nitrogen. Check underground for grubs and compaction before you blame drought. Get ahead of weeds while the lawn is still strong enough to compete. Watch for the 4 warning signs: gray-blue color, flat footprints, folded blades, and cracked soil. And leave the clippings where they fall. Most lawns do not fail because of one hot day. They fail because of small habits repeated every single week. Habits that felt helpful at the time. If your lawn is already burning despite watering, or you've got a specific problem you can't figure out, drop it in the comments. We read every one, and the next video is probably already being built from what's giving you trouble right now. Change the routine today, and your lawn will come out of August stronger than most of the lawns on your street.